Orange Cassidy laying right where Jon Moxley left him, that high-angle Death Rider. And now, realization setting in. Taz, it was a historic run, but Orange Cassidy couldn't keep up that pace forever.
It's damn near impossible, but this guy, this athlete, he's a different breed. Really, and our live audience here in Chicago, nothing but respect towards him.
And Nigel, think about what it took to stop Orange Cassidy. The winningest singles competitor in AEW history, a three-time former AEW World Champion, a man, the most decorated man in AEW, dethroned Orange Cassidy. Fans, thank you for joining us tonight in Chicago. Thank you for joining us for All Out. Thank you for joining us because AEW is the home of professional wrestling.
Yo, party people, what is up? It's your boy, the best guy in the biz. What an incredible all-out pay-per-view that we just witnessed tonight. Man, y'all thought that we couldn't run this shit back a week after All In and put on a tremendous show. Guess what? We did, because AEW always freaking finds ways to deliver from top to bottom, start to finish. Moxley, Orange Cassidy tear down the show as we crown a new international champion. Starks having a career-making performance because he's absolute against the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Bang, bang, gang. Gets the dub. Big meaty men were slapping meat. And CJ Perry is back to support her husband, but he ain't having that. Not at all. And Kenny Omega lost to Konosuke Takeshita. Guys, don't worry. Everything that happened here on All Out tonight, you're going to hear right here, right now. Because newest episode to get to Gabe covering tonight's All Out starts, let's see. Oh yeah, now. Guys, All Out was great, and we got things kicked off in a huge way. First of all, MJF, Adam Cole, better than you, baby. They retained the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles against Dark Order in a solid fashion, and Samoa Joe retained in another solid match against Shane Taylor. Now, you know, I'm not just including these matches because, you know, they're right after each other on the card, but they're connected in another way because we have gotten it officially teased tonight. We already know what's going to happen. Tony Khan can take my money right now, all from my wallet, because we got our first glimpse at Samoa Joe versus MJF for the AEW World title. Let's freaking go. MJF literally got shoved right to the side. Shades of 2016 back in NXT. Joe pushed his ass right to the side after the Ring of Honor tag title match, and it started a huge brawl that had to get broken up and guys, I'm already sold, as I'm sure all of you guys are. Give me freaking Samoa Joe versus MJF for the AEW World title. Put Samoa Joe in the tournament. I was like it before on Wednesday, like, yo, Roddy, MJF is probably going to be in the finals. F it. Throw it out the window. No offense, Roddy. Give me Samoa Joe versus MJF at Grand Slam for the AEW World Championship. And I'm not even just saying that because, you know, I'm going to be there live in person. But please, we're getting the match anyway, but please just give it to us in 2 weeks. We're ready. We're willing. We are so in it. God, guys, the promo battles are going to be so great. And then the match itself, mwah, chef's freaking kiss of ass kicking. Ooh. God, the king of television versus the devil. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Tony Khan. An amazing way to start this night. Just making you already so hyped for the future. Samoa Joe, MJF, first time ever. It's coming. And we're cooking. Guys, not only that, but joyous occasion. Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, is still the TNT champion. I'm just kidding. Screw it. Christian Cage is still a TNT champion. He's the man that's making this whole thing freaking fantastic. He's a father, like Nigel McGuinness says. A great father at that. My God. First of all, Darby Luchasaurus was great. A classic David versus Goliath kind of battle, and it was great. Darby pulling out the huge spots like that avalanche code red off the top rope and so much more. It was an amazing match. But The right call was made. Darby doesn't necessarily need the TNT title right now. He needs to start focusing on other stuff, including maybe the world title again down the line. And plus, honestly, I said it before going in, and the TNT title has not been this great, this entertaining, this well booked since Miro was champion. And it's been great with Christian Cage at the helm, acting like he's the TNT champion. Like anything Christian Cage does turns into gold, and it has been fantastic. His whole thing with Luchasaurus. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to just have him hold on to the belts literally going into 2024, because it's just going way too well. On a side note, it looks like they could be building up Nick Wayne to potentially fight for the TNT title on maybe an episode of Collision, or, maybe even Grand Slam, Dynamite or Rampage, because he almost got beat up. He got beat up during the match, and then he almost had to watch Darby literally get concerto before the AEW locker room decided to come in and make the save. I mean, I'm down for Nick Wayne, even versus just Christian Cage, let alone him trying to fight for the TNT Championship. That'd be another great David versus Goliath matchup. But for tonight, Darby Luchasaurus was fantastic. Great job, Luchasaurus. You did great. You helped Christian Cage retain his TNT Championship. Christian, congratulations. You are amazing and a fantastic role model. You already know this. And an amazing father. And even most importantly of all, a fantastic TNT champion. And for all of you fatherless kids out there, there's only really one thing that Christian probably would have to say to all of you right now. Guys, to say that we had fun during Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs would be an understatement. Like, first of all, some of these chants were foul. Like, some of them were fine. Like, meat is awesome. Meat forever. Like, those ones were great. It was a solid match. Big meaty men slapping meat. Big E, literally, he created a monster, and it's beautiful. It was fantastic. In the end, Miro ended up getting in the win. I'm not surprised. It could have gone either way, but I feel like Miro was going to end up coming out with the win. But the even bigger surprise, not so much that Powerhouse Hobbs attacked Miro after the match. Kind of expected that. But CJ Perry, a.k.a. or formerly known as Lana in WWE, is finally in AEW to support her husband. But Miro's having none of it. And at that point, they were like, yep, the crowd was chanting, kiss the meat, kiss the meat. And even beat the meat. Like, God, dude, it was getting crazy. It was getting wild. But Miro totally just left his wife. And even at one point, I didn't even catch it. I had to see it afterwards. He actually was like, you're not real. You're not real. Miro has literally denounced his wife as God and everything since coming back. Like, in his world, maybe they don't even exist anymore. So maybe that's why he was like, you're not real. So this is a little cool thing that we're going to have to, like, keep our eyes to, because Miro is just, like, not having it with his wife right now, and that's going to make for some entertaining TV. I mean, somebody made a joke that he remembers the last time Lana was CJ Perry was in the ring with a black man. Oh, God, that terrible Bobby Lashley story. And so maybe that's why he was just like, nah, I'm not doing this again. But honestly, Powerhouse Hobbs, Miro, great freaking match as expected. CJ Perry, welcome to AEW with your sexy ass. And let's see where this story goes. I'm immediately intrigued by the fact that the Redeemer is not really even acknowledging the fact that his wife is now actually in AEW with him. Guys, there were like 3 matches tonight that all absolutely stole the show. First of which was Ricky Starks versus Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, in a no disqualification strap match. First of all, God, that strap freaking was hurting so many times. My back, my face, my neck, everything was freaking hurting. Ricky's back was messed up, and they were literally getting each other in the mouth, in the neck, all over their faces. My God, with that strap, it just sounded painful, but again, it's one of those things that was so painful when you kept wincing, but you couldn't look away. It was fantastic. Ricky Stark, he's absolute for a reason, and he's had multiple amazing matches, but maybe this was the even more launching to the moon star-making performance, because he didn't even tap out. He passed out, and that shot right at the end with him literally going like, he's like, no, he's like, I'm not going to tap out, and he ends up passing out to the label lock. Bryan Danielson ends up getting the dub. God, this match was just as great as we thought it was going to be. Danielson stepping up, Ricky stepping up. Hell, everybody honestly stepped up after all the drama that went down this week and over the last day or so to produce this amazing pay-per-view because, you know, AEW always delivers. And we and all the AEW faithful around the world, we all know that, so, you know, F the haters. But, God, the match was fantastic. Star-making performance for Ricky, launching him even further to the moon. Every single roadblock's going to get put in front of him. He's going to keep overcoming in some way, shape, or form until someday he gets back and this time he will win the AEW World Championship. Let him just keep going higher and higher and higher up the ladder until he just bursts through it, until he becomes the one true, absolute world champion. And for Bryan Danielson, he's the best wrestler in the world for a reason. Dude literally never misses, never has a bad match because he's just that damn good. So, Ricky, Danielson, thank you for an incredible strap match, guys. It truly was absolute. Guys, tonight we had a little bit of, you know, Outcast turmoil once again shown because Toni Storm actually cost Ruby Soho her chance at the TBS Championship. Chris Statlander is still our TBS champion. Not too surprised by that. They had mentioned, you know, I at first thought Ruby maybe had a chance of winning, but then they reminded me on commentary, like throughout the show, that, you know, Statlander had never beaten Ruby one-on-one, so I'm like, yeah, never mind. Statlander's going to win. So that I expected. They actually had Toni Storm take away the spray paint can when Saraya was trying to distract the ref for Ruby to capitalize. Took it away, started laughing, and then just walked out. And shaboom, 1, 2, 3. Chris Statlander still the TBS champion. And the crowd kind of didn't really process, like, wait, what? Because it's been a wild week for the Outcasts, and well, now it's looking like Toni Storm might fully just be out of the group. There's no other way to explain what she did. So, short version, TBS champion, still Chris Statlander. AEW Women's World Champion, still Saraya. Outcast faction, not 3 anymore because it's looking like Ruby and Saraya are having to hey, bye-bye to Toni Storm. And, you know, that's just how it is now. Guys, Omega Takeshita tonight delivered in every sense of the word. The second of the 3 matches tonight that absolutely tore the house down, but surprisingly did not go the way I expected. Konosuke Takeshita actually picked up the win over Kenny Omega 100% clean. Huge knee, completely exposed right to the face. 1, 2, 3. As a new god of pro wrestling, truly been born right before our very eyes. Maybe so. I get why they did it, but I thought like they were going to use the fact that Don, like, since leaving Kenny has not won a singles match. I thought this was going to be the night Kenny got the win. Finally put that to bed, but it looks like he still has a hard road to climb. One, I would love to see these guys have a rematch. It's going to be fantastic. You already know. Maybe it's Grand Slam, maybe it's Wrestle Dream, maybe it's somewhere even further down the line. Who knows? But point is, Takeshita has been great ever since he stepped foot in AEW. He's been great since he got put with Don Callis as a heel. Dude doesn't miss either. And literally just got he's had the biggest week of his entire career. He pinned Kenny Omega last week out all in the 6-man tag and then just pinned him clean in the middle of the ring again, but this time one-on-one. God, is Don Callis going to brag about this, not just on Wednesday, but for weeks to come. My God. So for Omega, the mountain of finally getting a singles win without Don Callis by his side is still going. It's still a long ways away, but I'm sure he will get there. But until then, Konosuke Takeshita tonight was just a better man. Truly, maybe a new god of pro wrestling was born tonight. And his name, once again, is Konosuke Takeshita. God, the Elite really didn't have a great night in terms of, you know, the win column. Because, well, the Bang Bang Gang, Rock Hard, Juice Robinson, Switchblade Jay White, and the Ass Boys. I mean, the Guns. God dang it, I hate doing that. Without Cardblade, wasn't even here. Anyway, they got the win over the Young Bucks and the AEW World Tag Team Champions, FTR, and another solid matchup. I loved the whole flow of the match. A little bit chaotic at times, and the crowd, which was mostly kind of good for the entire show, they made their noise, but not, they all weren't, against the Young Bucks like maybe you thought they were, because they have to admit, that CM Punk did mess up a little bit, and they can't always just be like, wiping it to the side and automatically go taking his side. But the match was great. I loved it. The mismatching of like each other, like Dax and Matt hitting the BTE trigger, and Cash and Nick hitting the Shadow Machine. It was all great. A lot of close near falls that ended up getting broken up. It was great, but in the end, the Bang Bang Gang, Bullet Club Gold, ends up getting the big fat dub. They picked up another victory over the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Now, we've seen that happen before, so I think what might be going to happen is on a Collision or a Grand Slam Dynamite Rampage, we could be having the Young Bucks and Bullet Club Gold, probably maybe Jay and Juice, probably going after the FTR and the tag titles in a triple threat match. Now, in terms of who would win that, I would maybe lean a little bit towards Bullet Club Gold, but I honestly think that's the next step. I think we're going to get a triple threat match between these three teams at some point in the near future, and maybe we crown new AEW World Tag Team Champions. So, like I said, in terms of the win column tonight, but all the members of the Elite lost. Well, except for Adam Page, he won on that Charity Battle Royal. So, good job, Page. You're the only one person in the Elite that actually won tonight. Good for you. I hope they make a joke about that on BTA tomorrow. Or, as we speak right now, because they probably filmed like the rest of it earlier. But, hey, they all have great matches, and they once again showed why it's all Elite Wrestling. It's freaking fantastic. But, hey, there's only one Bang Bang Gang, and they got the dub tonight. So, guys, guns up, baby. Guys, 326 days, 32 title defenses. Orange Cassidy was not just the workhorse champion here in AEW. Arguably, he was the best champion of the past 326 days in this company or any other. Dude was on an incredible run, but at the end of the day, he lost. He succumbed to all the injuries that he had suffered over these 326 days as champion. And Jon Moxley is our new and officially the third AEW International Champion. Honestly, I could have seen this going either way. It makes sense. The slow demise to Orange Cassidy losing the title was perfect, and everything was perfect. Orange Cassidy in the main event just felt right. He has truly arrived, and Moxley, again, stepping up to the plate again for the fourth time overall when AEW needed him, and third time because of CM Punk. He delivered and helped close out an amazing pay-per-view run by the company and is walking out same way he went in terms of the mega workhorse, just now he has a title to prove it. This title is the workhorse title. First it was Pac, then it got taken to the next level by Orange Cassidy, and now Jon Mox is pretty much going to do the exact same thing. Like, literally the schedule he has right now, he pretty much competes on the AEW Dynamite every single week, and then like he does a couple independent dates in between there. Now every single one of those, he's going to take the international title, defend it in banger after banger and violent match after violent match, and produce masterpieces beyond belief. This title is in great hands. Another great thing for Jon Moxley that I got to witness over his career, now international champion, the third one ever. But for Orange Cassidy, he got the huge applause, the flowers after the match. Truly, thank you, Orange Cassidy, for this reign. You have always been one of my favorites since before you stepped in the ring with Pac for your official AEW debut, and you win the title 326 days ago in Canada against Pac. It was incredible. None of us thought you were going to do what you were going to do, but it was fantastic. It was fantastic. The backpack can have a rest, and truly you can now have a rest, my friend. I kind of hope he goes away from me a month or two to honestly just heal up and honestly just get a vacation because he deserves it. Orange, thank you, dude, for everything that you did. This is only the beginning, dude. Someday you're going to be AEW World Champion because you showed the entire world, and anyone who didn't know yet, Orange Cassidy is one of the best in the entire world and one of the best to ever hold championship gold ever in any company throughout history. So, one more time, thank you, Orange Cassidy. And one more time, congratulations to my dog, my boy, Jon Moxley, new AEW World Champion. Successful night for the BCC all around. Danielson won. Claudio and Yuta won. Side note, kind of hoping Claudio Eddie Grand Slam 2. And now Moxley, the new AEW International Champion. BCC for life, boys. Death Shih Tzu for life, baby. Because he's John freaking Moxley, and he's the true ace of AEW, the heart and soul, and our new international champion. Okay, guys, that is all out. We are done. It was a great pro wrestling. Last 2 weeks were great for pro wrestling. First All In, and then All Out these past 2 weeks. And then last night, Payback was great to close out the beginning of an awesome fall for both companies. And a great way to close out a pro wrestling sports entertainment Labor Day weekend. But guys, we're not close to done yet. A new road begins now. Grand Slam is just 14 days away. That's going to be fantastic. We already know we got a world title match with MJF defending at some point. Like I said, hopefully Eddie Claudio maybe gets added to that as well. And so much more will be happening down for that. The road to Fastlane officially begins now with Monday Night Raw this Monday night, with the Judgment Day truly now running all of WWE, with now the tag titles in their possessions, with in addition to the World Women's title and the NXT North American title. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, they'll still be there running shit like they always do. The road for Sami Zayn to win a world championship still starts now, though. Jey Uso, main event, Jey Uso is coming to Monday Night Raw. That's going to be fantastic. Hoping for that interaction with Sami right off the bat, because they're still Usi, and they're the one true dogs coming out of the bloodline that have always stuck together and always had each other's backs, especially for Sami to Jey. And then this Friday, we're going to have John Cena back. Oh, he won't be on SmackDown this week because he'll be over in the Superstar Spectacle, but we're still going to get to keep enjoying him over the next couple months until October 27th. And Wrestle Dreams coming up for AEW on October 1st, but let's just worry about Dynamite Grand Slam first, because that's pretty much a pay-per-view. Guys, you're not going to miss any of these shows. You're definitely not going to want to miss what your boy, the best gabber in the biz, has to say afterwards. So please keep doing what you're doing. Like, subscribe, all that cool shit. I know you guys love doing it because you like what you see, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I love this. Always have, always will. Both companies, forever. They're both great. And it's a great time to be a pro wrestling sports entertainment fan, whatever you want to call it. So, guys, I will see you after Monday Night Raw this Monday night to see how the whole landscape has changed with Judgment Day truly now running things. Deuces, Party Peoples. I'll see you on Monday.
Yeah!